Hi everyone, it's Lisa here and welcome to Saturday Stash Dive. Today we are working with an embellishment package. The one I am using today is from Heidi Swapp and it's from her newer line, and I can't remember the name of it right now, but I will try and link it below. It's a really pretty paper pack, and I just bought this paper pack from Bo Bunny, and it's called Baby Bump, and it matches this collection really well. And the reason why I'm using this paper is I wanted to show you that you can use, I showed this in a previous video, a little bit more in-depth look at this pattern paper, and I wanted to show you that you could definitely use this paper in everyday kind of page. So you can see I've got a couple pieces of the paper, and I'm just kind of working through how I want my layers to be. And here I have one of these pieces of paper, has some cutouts for Project Life kind of idea. So this one's a 4x6 paper and I just wanted to use that as a layer rather than cutting another full 12x12 piece, so I just thought I could use that up. And then I bought this also from Michael's the other day, and this is a stencil from Heidi Swapp, and I wanted to use the heart just because it matches those hearts in that collection so well. It just kind of was all fitting together so perfectly. And when you buy that package from Michael's, it has the positive and the negative of the heart, as well as kind of like this chain link kind of stencil. So I'm not sure if this is the positive or negative because I can't remember which one is which. But anyway, I wanted to kind of use that to stencil out a heart. That way all of the hearts in that pattern paper just kind of fit together. So I inked everything up with black soot ink around the edges as well. I'm not sure if you guys saw that or not. Just so that all the pattern paper kind of stands out from each other. And then here I'm going through these the embellishment pack, and I just was kind of flipping through and finding ones that matched by color, or I liked the style of them, or they had the same sort of patterns involved. So that was where there's little pieces on the right side of the page. That's where I had put them all, and I found this vellum piece, and it has these triangles on there, and they match awesome to this line, just awesome. So I inked that up with some black soot ink, and then I put that to the left of the photo, and I'm thinking that's where I'm gonna put my title. So here I'm just kind of rummaging through the die cuts. I was looking for something a little littler that I could put on the page, and I found this little arrow, and it was pointing down, and I just thought that was an awesome way to point your eye to the photo. I think I'm off screen here, but I attached that little vellum piece with my tiny attacher, and again inked up the edges with some black soot ink. And I have that yellow die cut piece from the collection, or from the Heidi Swapp pack as well. And I'm going to find a stamp in a minute here. Oh, and first of all, I was attaching all those little hexagon pieces with pop dots. So this stamp, the set that I'm using, is from Lawn Fawn, and it's called Picture Perfect. And I'm using some soft granite ink by Hero Arts, and I am just kind of stamped it towards the left side of that label, and I'm just going to stick it underneath the photo, but just kind of have it so that I can add a little embellishment to the right of the title that says Picture Perfect. And here is some alphas. These are the, I think you say it's cordial or cordial. I'm not sure how you say it. And they're in this really pretty mint font, and they have tons of alphas on this sheet, on these sheets, and they're just like the perfect size. They are so beautiful. I love them, and I love the smell of thickers. I know that's crazy, but I love them. So my title is going to be Take a Picture, it will last longer. So right now I'm just working on the main part of my title, and the part that says it will last longer is going to be kind of a subtitle that I'm going to put underneath the photo. So this little picture is of my husband and my little puppy Milo, and it was funny because we came home for lunch one day, and Milo was snuggling with Wade on the couch, or on the chair, and he kept staring over at me on the couch. And I was like, what, Milo? What do you want? You know, do you want something? Can I get something for you? And he kept staring at me. And so he turned and he looked at my husband and he licked him on the face. And then Milo turned and looked at me again. And I'm like, do you want me to take your picture? And he looked at Wade, and then he licked Wade on the cheek again, and then he turned back and looked at me again. I'm like, fine, I'll take your picture. So I snapped the picture of Wade and Milo like that, and then after, Milo came over and jumped on my lap and gave me a hug, like the biggest hug ever. It was like, thank you for taking the picture. I'm so happy. That was my favorite moment, or something like that. He was just so funny. So I wanted to document that because that's such a cute little story about Milo. But yeah, he looks so sweet there. So if you haven't, kind of getting back to the layout, you can see I added a couple labels underneath that picture, and I have the "It Will Last Longer" of the title. Pardon me. And again, I'm just kind of continuing on with those little hexagon pieces and an inking at the edges. I'm just going to add those little pieces all over in 3 little clusters around the picture. And I was going to try and see if I could fit those stars in, but I felt like I had a lot of shapes already going on. I had triangles and I had hearts, and I just didn't want to add any hexagons, and I just didn't want to add another shape already to it. So I felt it was kind of getting a little busy shape-wise. And here I have a little box that I'm putting all those little embellishment pieces in, so I was just looking through them. And again, I'm just going to ink up another one. So the one on the top of the picture says 24/7. The one that's over by the title says "Oh," and the one that's down at the bottom of the picture says "Yeah." So it's very cute. And then this little die cut piece, I want to put it up on the top left just to kind of add a little bit of accent to the top, so you can kind of get that vertical or that diagonal line so it leads your eye into the picture. And I was going to put some washi tape horizontal, but I decided against it, and I'm going to go with the way the pattern of the triangles was going, just to draw a little bit more attention to detail on that. And so I'm going to pop dot this little title up, and this title is quite heavy with text and everything else, so I don't really need to add a lot up to the top of this part of the layout, just because that little title piece is so text heavy. You don't need to add too much to it. And then I'm trying to find a pen that will actually write. I tried to find a different one, but it didn't work, so I pulled out this distress marker in the Chip Sapphire, and I'm just going around this heart with faux stitching. Just wanted to accent the heart a little better. It just kind of felt like the heart was a little flat on the page. I wanted to add just a little bit more emphasis to that heart. And then on my desk I found this roller doodle stamp, and it was a Studio Calico exclusive quite a while ago. And so I just took some navy ink, and I'm just going to lift up some of those layers and just add those little roller doodle stamps to it. And it's just little tiny triangles, so it just kind of fits in with the whole triangle theme. And that's how I cleaned it, is I just pulled open a scratch piece of paper and then just rolled it along it until it didn't have any more ink on it. And here I am going to use a chevron stencil from Heidi Swapp Can you tell I was at Michael's this week, by the way? You know, with all the stuff that I got. Devilish of a place, I'm telling you. So here, I was going to cover up everything that was around the heart and flick some ink around it, and then I decided against it. So I was trying to figure out which ink. I have this distress paint, sorry, not ink. And I didn't know what color would work the best. So what I did is actually the sheet that the letters came in, just the plastic, the clear plastic, I just daubed some of the paint on top of it, and then I could slide it around the page and see right up against those yellow letters to see which one matched the best. So that's a little trick for you. Use just a little clear plastic sheet if you want to color match with that paint. And so I just used an ink blending tool. I picked up some of that paint, and then I just went over with the chevron just to add a little bit of emphasis to that stencil, or to that heart with the stencil. Just cleaning up my stencil with some Windex and a rag. Nothing too scientific about that one. And then I have these vellum shapes, which I wanted to add a little bit of vellum up to the top because I had some vellum down at the bottom, and I wanted to kind of emphasize that up at the top. So those were from the Oh Dear Me kit quite a while ago. It's one of my subscriptions. So, you know, you can just definitely find, there's probably little hexagon pieces in that die cut sheets that I could have used, but I just like the colors and what those words had said on that other piece, and that's why I chose them. And so here I am just still kind of figuring out if I need anything else on this layout. And I knew I wanted to stamp the date because this was a very, because it's an everyday photo, it's not like you can tell it's Christmas or Valentine's Day or Christmas or something like that. It's an everyday picture, so I wanted to definitely stamp the date. So I found in my roller date stamps one that says You and Me, and I think this is the Dear Lizzie one. Yeah, it is. And I just stamped the date up at the top in some navy ink. And then here I'm just going to write in my journaling, and I wrote more or less exactly what I had told you about the picture. And so I think that's it. So we're just going to come in. I'm going to show you some close-ups of the page. And then stay tuned for the close-up pictures. So thanks everybody for watching another Saturday Stash Dive. And again, don't forget to check out Carla's channel and see what she came up with. Thanks for watching. Bye.